Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. So it's still cold as cold can be here in Edmonton. There's some other projects I want to do there in the shed, but I really don't even want to go outside. I was outside yesterday drinking my non-alcoholic beer because it's dry January. It kind of sucks, but whatever. So I like the taste of beer, what can I say? So anyways, I want to pour one of these. This is a homelite xl-1. Now this is a Canadian saw, but I think the American version was just not the super easy, but just the regular easy. This has the L-shaped Dykes ring on it. This came in the trade when I traded off that steel 023, or what the hell am I saying? The MS 362C. Sold for trade for 11 saws. I prefer vintage stuff, but he got that steel, which is more of a, I have no need for a saw like that. Yeah, it was fun, but I really have no need for it. So with this saw, I haven't really done anything with this. Obviously, I'm going to find a different clutch cover. I hopefully have another blue one. I think I do, but if I don't, it's going to get a red one. Maybe we'll try to paint it blue. So this is a later one because it's clutch style. I do have another blue handle because this one I'm assuming is broken underneath there, so I can replace that. But this thing's going to get poured. That's what I'm doing. And see if it's feasible or worth it. There's some slight, I don't know if it'll pick up on camera. This piston does have some slight scoring there. Turn that on. You can see that it's there, but you really can't, you can barely feel anything, so it's not bad. It feels like it has a lot of compression, so we will see. Pause you guys for a second. Okay, and I'm back. So since I'm in the basement, usually on Sunday, I get stuck switching laundry over if I'm down here, but that's okay. It needs to be done. We're gonna see how healthy this thing is. I mean, it turns over fine. Feels like it's got a ton of compression, but I'm not sure if it does. So we'll check. It's kind of a pain in the ass to get the compression tester in on these things, just because of where the handle is. Unless you take them apart, but it's not taken apart yet, so we're just going to try to hold your teeth just right so the threads start. As you can see, it's right there at an angle where it's a pain in the ass to get in. And that's cross-threaded, which we do not want. Really contemplating pulling the trigger on the new compression tester. At least one of the attachments, like this head, is very accurate. It's probably better than the ones you find on Amazon. I bought this in 2002 from Canadian Tire, and it's been a good compression tester. But I lost all the adapters, so there's the smaller plugs like steel uses that I can't test with, and I really would like to get a new one. Okay, let's do a test. Okay, so this thing's running, we'll call that almost 170, which is pretty healthy for one of these. And the compressions are going to get higher. So it's got compression. I think it'll be a good candidate. I might even do some machining on this one. We'll see how bad the squish is once I take the base gasket off. I might time it before and after I take the base gasket off, just for information to be out there, but that's but really, I mean, the stock numbers are just that, because I mean, once you take the base gasket off, it's going to change, because I think the base gasket on these is about a 32nd of an inch thick. But anyways, so I'm going to start taking this apart and catch up with you guys in a bit. I took that starter cover. It's kind of a surprise. This saw is actually very, well, I mean, that's broken, but this thing's been very well maintained, really. It's clean inside. I'm quite surprised, actually. But that's a good thing. So yeah, I'm just gonna keep on plugging along with this guy and see what happens. Oh, even the fuel line's in decent shape. Carb box is clean. It's not too bad. This has no fucking good on it. I don't know why. Everything seems Seems okay. Check the bearings more when I get it apart. That clutch drum actually doesn't even look all that worn out. So who knows? We'll see what we find when we tear it apart. Hey YouTube, so we got the XL-1 stock base gasket on it. We're gonna time it. It's actually funny. I never used to always have a hard time or forget to write stuff down, post-it notes, timing numbers, and not keep track of them. And then actually Neil Cook, a long-time subscriber, he asked me what my timing numbers were on the pool in 3400. Like, I don't know how to look at the video. But this year, I got this book. It's just a notebook. I'm actually writing stuff down this year. So, new start. Keep track of things. So, homelite xl-1. And this is an xl-1 manual oiler only. So, exhaust, transfers, blow down. You know the intake is 180 degrees intake duration, so there's that. So yeah, without further ado, let's time this little guy. Wow, that's actually surprising. That's really surprising, in fact. To make sure I'm zeroed here again, because that's a very surprising number. Stop in there at 19.2. No, that can't be right. I'm just going to zero this thing again here, because something's not right here. Zero. Down to 20.6, 25.6. I moved the vise to face the camera, so that's probably where it problem came from. We'll zero right there and see what we got. Okay, so now we are at 24.8, 24.9. That's close enough for me. Let's try and find this again now, because that number couldn't have been right. Maybe it is. Who knows? Okay, so yeah, it's more like it. That's 73 degrees, so that would give us 107 on the exhaust. 107 on the exhaust. So that's kind of what I expected, but we're gonna take that down to like maybe like 105, 104. So I'm gonna take the base gasket off. It's gonna actually, that number might be a little higher. We're actually going to do that on camera just to compare with the base gasket without how much it changes the timing. But let's check those transfers now. Right about there. That's 57. So that'd be 33. That'd be 123. 123 on the transfers. Right? 34. Sorry. Yeah, 34. Yeah, 124 on the transfers, which would bring us to 17 degrees blowdown, which ain't bad. But I might raise them because I'm going to raise the exhaust port. So, and plus, not only that, when I lower that, might change the number a little bit. But yeah, so that's where we're at. I'm going to check the squish as well, because I should do that. Everyone always wants to know what the squish is. And this one might actually get machining if necessary. I will machine this one down, because why? Because I can. How thick is this solder here? 50 thou. 50 thou solder. Something I should be using the whole time. That did hit. Barely. So this thing might get some machine work, but that also depends on how much room I have versus because I don't want to free port either, right? Free porting is no good. Okay, let's try this again. So you can feel it just make contact, but I mean, I can't really see any deformation in the solder. So we're gonna say it's 50 thou. The squish is 50 thou, because that's probably right. Squish 50 thou. Okay, now we pull the cylinder off, get the base gasket off, and then we'll try this again. Anyways, see you in a bit. So yeah, here's the ring for one of these. The ring looks fine. Want to see something weird though? Look at the piston. That ring was seized in there, and this thing's still at 170 psi. Now look at the cylinder. Right at the bottom there. That little thing was bouncing around that peened the crap out of the piston. I don't have another piston, so I can keep using this one, but still, like, wow. Surprisingly, the cylinder... I mean, there's dirt in there, but I mean, the cylinder is fine. Like, it's actually in great shape, surprisingly. So, we're just gonna roll with it. I mean, if it blows up, it blows up, but I don't know if it's sucked in that piece of metal or where it came from, but it is what it is. Hey, welcome back. So I got the base gasket off. So if you saw like the videos in between the initial numbers and no base gasket, I gotta figure out where the metal came from. I'll bring you guys in to show you that after. But I mean, this thing had 170 pounds of compression before, so I mean, it's fine. The ring's fine. The cylinder's fine. Just something was peening up the top of the piston there bad. I found the piece of metal, obviously, and I'm gonna check the crankcase for more. But that's just wild. But yeah. Without further ado, I can find my little flashlight. Okay, so let's see where we're at now. I'm getting cold. 72. Oh, we're at 108 now on that. 108 on the exhaust, so that increased us 1 degree. Transfers, I'm guessing, will be 125 or thereabouts. That don't make no sense. Something must have moved. Something must have moved. No? That's weird. Let's bring back top dead center. They were called the same, so yeah. That's just called 124. Because the top of the piston, there's no ring in there, it's kind of hard to guess. But either way, we raised the transfers a little bit. I want to check the squish now. Like I said, it's kind of messed up because of the damage to the piston, but like I said, we're just going to roll with it. If the saw blows up, it blows up. I'm okay with that. It's my saw, I can blow it up if I want to. It's more than 50 thou solder. So yeah, it didn't even read on it again. So this thing's gonna get some machine work. How much machine work? I don't know. I'm gonna start with taking 20 thou off the base because I also have to. I'm also worried about free porting. So no, this is not ideal. But I'm gonna take my little scribe and just etch a little line on the piston at top dead center to see if I can even take anything off here. I think that's close enough. don't worry, the scribe line's not going to affect much. So we're machining the base. How much? Oh, let's take this off. I'll pause you guys while I unscrew this. So I don't know if that's going to show up on camera that well. It might. Now you see that etch line. Let's see if I can focus in. Yeah, just that etch line. I mean, that's give me a sec here. So yeah, measured up to that scribe line, so it's 60 thou. So we got about 1/16 of an inch. So I'm gonna take 30 thou off the cylinder. Even the top of the cylinder is kind of peen too. Clean that all up. And take 30 thou off the cylinder. So if you can see, where's my little scribe? This is the chunks of metal that came out. Turn some light on. Focus. That's just gasket material. No, this piece right here. Where am I? There we go. So we'll focus in on there. Doesn't want to focus, but anyways. That piece of metal right there is what got peened the top of the cylinder. It never flew out the exhaust port, which is kind of surprising. Maybe it kept getting stuck into the aluminum. It's kind of bouncing around a bit. But yeah, hopefully that's not bearing material. But it could very well be. Anyways, take it easy. Bye. Okay, so I decided I'm going to pull off the side cover, the drive case cover, to see if I can see damage. Because when I kind of looked through the crank, it kind of looked like there's something hanging out on this side. So better safe than sorry. This side is the side you want the bearing to be bad on, because it's much easier to replace. Convince it to get off here. Just try to pry it evenly. Pause you guys for a second here. Hey, so as you can see, there is a problem, a big problem. That's where that metal came from. You see that piece right there? That's like the roller bearing carrier in the bearing there. So to get that bearing out, you gotta take this apart and deal with the needle bearings, which I don't like doing. I can't stand. Some people it's easy. I got fat fingers. It's a dexterity issue. I cannot do that. But luckily, I have an extra drive case. So we're just going to swap this drive case in because this one's tight. Everything seems fine with it. So maybe later tonight I'll clean that up and we will swap it over. Anyways, take her easy. This is becoming more of a project than I thought, but whatever. It is what it is.